Hi, welcome back to this journey of childhood cancer. Today we're going to talk about something that isn't real pleasant, relapse. It could be where all of a sudden your diagnosis returns. And it's almost like a cul-de-sac and an off-ramp that takes you right back. But enough of me. Let's find out some more information and let's hear from others.
My name is Mel Edwards, and I am a Pediatric Oncology Nurse at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. I have been a nurse there for 7.5 years now, and I also happen to be a volunteer at Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times since 2004, so I'm pushing 17 years already, which is crazy, but I'm very proud to be a camp member. Relapse, or you also may hear it referred to as recurrence, unfortunately happens when those cancerous cells that a child once had either comes back or it starts to grow in number and size. When camp started, almost 40 years ago, relapse and recurrence happened way more often than it does now. Through advances and how we are starting to be able to treat different childhood cancers, that chance of relapse it has decreased over all of these years. Unfortunately though, there still are some childhood cancers that are just very, very, very tough to beat. So it still can happen, unfortunately. So some of those emotions that a family or a patient might feel when they hear about going through relapse are a lot of those same emotions that they feel when they first are diagnosed. At first it could be disbelief. They don't think this is happening. Unfortunately, they don't think this is happening again because they've already gone through this. They might be really angry because they've gone through treatment. Why isn't this working? So there's some anger there. There's fear because they now realize that their world is getting turned upside down once again. The biggest difference between those emotions, and there are plenty more emotions that go along with this other than what I just mentioned, is that it can just be a bit more amplified this time around because they have already an understanding of what it's like to go through cancer treatment. So a lot of just those memories of going back to the hospital, going through procedures, getting poked, having to do different imaging, the emotions that the whole entire family went through, how it can kind of switch up the dynamics in the family. Just a lot of this is rushing back to them, so they probably are very fearful and upset and angry that they're gonna have to go through this again. So camp can help families who are going through this relapse journey by being a huge support to them and a great resource as far as giving the families a place to go and normalize, but also having other people, other parents, other siblings, other patients be there to kind of guide you through this journey. When you find out you've relapsed or your child has relapsed, your world is completely turned upside down. It's chaotic. Just trying to navigate how to go through that again can be really, really difficult. I think what's wonderful about camp is camp serves families who are everywhere along the entire cancer journey, from the very beginning, unfortunately, all the way to what could be the end of their journey. There's someone there who just understands what you're going through. It might not be the same exact diagnosis, but they understand what it's like to have this thrown into your family dynamic again, and they can be a huge support to you. I think what's really nice about camp is it's also outside of the hospital setting. It's a chance to really have families and counselors and staff who just understand sort of what you're going through, so you really don't have to explain your story again. They just know that they need to kind of help you guide through this, be there to answer questions, be there to help you kind of live as much of a normal life as you can and give those experiences to parents, to kids, and to siblings the way that they have before. I I keep coming back to camp for a couple of reasons. One, because I am a pediatric nurse, I see what it's like in the hospital, and I see what it's like when a family is newly diagnosed. I see what it's like when they are going through a relapse. I can see that hospital side of it. What is beautiful about camp is I see outside of the hospital setting, and I see these campers and these family members, these parents, these siblings just absolutely thrive. And I get to see them in a situation where they're running around and they're chasing their kids and playing games. I get to see where the biggest struggle that a camper is going through is not receiving chemotherapy or radiation. The biggest struggle is, how do you share your toys or play games with another camper the same age, or even how just socializing with one another. I think it's a great thing to see those as those primary problems, just really how to interact and play with other kids and just kind of lead a normal life, those normal issues that kids go through, as opposed to what it's like in the hospital. So I'd love to see that other side of it. I also keep coming back to camp because it's just such a wonderful, supportive community. Whether it's, counselors supporting campers, counselors supporting other staff, whether it's parents supporting other parents, siblings supporting one another. It's just a great place to see people come together. I mean, the ultimate goal there is really to help each other thrive and be the best version of themselves. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience. So that is definitely why I keep coming back to camp.